Hello, in this video we will discuss the definition of resume screening and the difference between manual resume screening and using resume screening tools. Plus we'll go line by line through an actual resume to learn the process. My name is Jennifer Hartman and I'm the Human Resources Specialist for Fit Small Business. You can read more about resume screening in the article below. Now let's get started learning how to screen resumes. Resume screening is the process of reviewing candidates' resumes in search of information that corresponds to the requirements of a job opening. The most common way of reviewing resumes is to manually review each one to assess if a candidate has the experience and skill set to move on to the interviewing process. Although ATS systems can certainly help you sort through resumes faster, they can overlook qualified candidates who may not have the right keywords in their resumes to highlight their experience and skills. Manual screening of resumes can catch small yet important details on resumes and applications. For example, in the areas of education, minimum experience, and skills, applicants may use different wording or may have similar experience in adjacent vocational fields that only an actual person can notice. Some areas to focus on that commonly look different and are not always intuitive on a resume include minimum required education, minimum required years of experience, minimum required skills, previous titles. Some, like manager, can be misleading and need context within the resume to discern actual meaning. Reviewing resumes manually is the more careful, diligent way to move through your pile of resumes. Follow these steps for successful reviews. Step 1, collect resumes. Step 2, do a quick scan of each resume to look for certain keywords that align with your open position. For example, if you're hiring an accounting manager, you can scan each resume for previous positions that include accounting functions. Step 3, separate your quick scanned resume into 3 piles. No, does not meet criteria for the position. Maybe, meets some criteria for the position but not all. Yes, meets all criteria for the position. Step 4, thoroughly review the resumes in each pile. Those that match your qualifications should then be placed in the yes pile. Those that do not can be placed in the no pile. Step 5, perform a deep dive into each resume in the yes pile. Narrow it down to your top 3 to 5 candidates. And finally, step 6, move your top 3 to 5 candidates to the next stage of hiring. In our example resume shown here, the open job position is for a human resources writer. A hiring manager should scan the resume for certain keywords pertaining to the job description, such as HR, human resources, content, writer, etc. You can see the highlighted words within the resume that the hiring manager has found a resume that correctly matches the skills and requirements for the position. This would be a good resume to put in the yes pile for further review and to move the candidate forward in the hiring process. However, candidates are very creative. In some cases, resumes may contain subtle warning signs of potential problems. As our example shows here, the most common are unexplained gaps in employment, highlighted here in pink. As you're reviewing an applicant's work history, look for long breaks between jobs. As you can see, according to Jane's resume, she was out of work from September 2018 until July 2021. While there could be a reasonable explanation, such as military service, starting a family, or taking care of a loved one, any serious candidate should be prepared and willing to explain these gaps in an interview. Also look for a brief tenure from job to job, highlighted here in green. Job hopping is a common red flag to be aware of. Too many employers in a short period could signal a lack of commitment or behavioral concerns. Additionally, a sloppy resume, highlighted here in yellow. There is no good reason to present a sloppy, unprofessional, or error-laden resume as seen in Jane's resume with misspelled words. There are examples online of great resumes, and if a candidate does not take the time to present themselves to you in a professional manner, you should consider passing on them. And also personal data or lacking professional details, which are highlighted here in blue. Resumes are not the document to share about hobbies, trips, and family members. Candidates who stick to the business at hand and share professional experience, skills, and qualifications should be considered over candidates who use their resume as a social media page. Additionally, if a candidate does not list any skills or experience information, you may want to move on to the next candidate. Resume screening tools, on the other hand, organize all received resumes so that they can be prioritized. Most use AI to scan an applicant's experience, skills, and qualifications to automatically sort them. Additionally, they manage the recruitment process end to end, starting with recruiting functions that keep track of open jobs, job descriptions, and jobs that have been posted. It then follows applicants through the interview process, storing resumes and related documents such as interview notes and assessments. Some of the basic functions of a typical resume screening tool are posting jobs online to your website, social media, or job board, including job specific information such as company, salary, job description, location, and contact information, stores critical job related documents like job descriptions and interview evaluation forms, stores applicant data and attachments like references or their portfolio, helps you quickly identify and sort qualified versus unqualified candidates, allows you to link qualified applicants to open positions, makes it easy for you to communicate with applicants at all stages in the process, offers mobile and cloud based options for you and your applicants to use, has software integrations to social media and job boards, and provides reporting capabilities. Using ATS software to scan your resumes takes out the initial step of running a quick scan of the resume. You should still carefully review the selected resumes before moving on to the hiring stage. The following steps are used for ATS software. Step 1, the ATS will compare resumes to the job description. Step 2, the ATS will screen the resumes for specific keywords. As a hiring manager, you will enter those keywords into the system based on the job description or job post. Step 3, the ATS will sort resumes based on the selected keywords into no, maybe, and yes piles. Step 4, the hiring manager reviews the resumes that have been sorted. And step 5, narrow down to 3 to 5 top candidates and then move on to the hiring stage. An ATS system like the one shown here from Fresh Team allows you to view all information collected on each candidate in one dashboard. You can review the candidate's resume, interview notes, emails sent and received, and a timeline of their interactions with the hiring team, all within the system. Additionally, you can rate each candidate and advance them along in the hiring process with the drop downs at the top of the page. Knowing what information you can and cannot use to qualify or disqualify a candidate is essential prior to reviewing resumes. Under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, businesses cannot discriminate based on race, color, national origin, age, sex, or religion. Your business can face discrimination charges if you or your ATS removes any applicants based on a protected class. Federal law also requires all companies with 15 or more employees to keep all job descriptions, resumes, and any documents pertaining to the hiring process for at least 1 year. And according to the EEOC, using AI technology, though typically thought to remove biases, can actually insert bias into the hiring process. It is your duty to remain compliant with all federal civil rights laws when using AI to screen resumes. An excellent way to ensure you are not discriminating during the resume screening process is to use blind hiring techniques. Using blind hiring to review resumes is the process of blacking out personal information, such as name, address, school name, volunteer experience, and hobbies. This will allow you to see only the skills, qualifications, experience, and type of education of the candidate. From there, you can make a non biased decision. Resume screening is a critical step in the recruiting process to ensure that you hire the best, most qualified candidate. Developing and maintaining a resume or screening process will ensure that you track the most critical attributes consistently each time, review resumes fairly, and compare and contrast the skill sets and experience prior to making a selection. Using an ATS like Fresh Team to screen candidates' resumes will save you time and effort.